Hi, welcome to the Rugby Sports Set. I'm Warren.
I'm Vic, and welcome to our Springbok season review. We're going to go through every game the Springboks played this season. We're going to talk about players that we thought made a step up, players that maybe regressed, maybe players we think are not in Rusty's reckoning anymore. But what a game yesterday, Vern. Tell us about yesterday, man.
What is there to say? 0 to 73 0, man. That is monster. What a game that was. Fantastic stuff. Powerful scrum once again. Dominance in the forwards, dominance in the backs. Dominance. And one stupid mistake.
Yes, that kind of spoiled it for me yesterday, man.
It did. It spoiled it for me too.
When the game was finished, we won 73-0 and I was demurring.
No, not the mooding, but
I was
just disappointed because he's one of the most experienced. He is the most experienced player on the team with the most caps. Even if the guy tells you the worst things on the planet, you up 73-0. Just laugh at him. Just say, "Look at the scoreboard, son." That's all you have to say.
I didn't understand that move from Eban. I didn't understand that move. It wasn't Eban-esque, you know. He does sometimes lose his temper. He's not like me. He doesn't have himself under control all the time.
What?
Fuck, I was out of control before. I tell you that. I was losing my shit.
Yeah.
But look, good season from the Springboks. Good season. Only 2 losses. Do you want to start? Let's start going through those games from this season.
Shout out to Lawrence. Shout out to Dion von Sales in the house.
I've got the famous black book here. It all started on the 28th of June, right? We played against the Barbarians. That wasn't a fantastic game against those Barbars, man, because the Barbars just didn't turn up.
I think they were just enjoying Cape Town's nightlife, man. Because,
I think they went to Sandy Bay. They were surfing in Camps Bay. They went to the waterfront for a few beers. Maybe they had a trip to the winelands because they went. 54-7.
I was disappointed because if you saw the names on the sheet, you would have thought, "Come on, they're not that
But
bad."
haven't we learned something this season? Especially when we talk about my Sharks. Names on the sheet mean fuck all.
Means nothing.
If you don't turn up, it doesn't mean jack.
Exactly.
No, I'm just looking.
It was a good victory. Not the best of games, but it's the first game of the season, so I think it was okay. Barbarians came to town. It was a bit of an easy one.
Look, and then we had those 2 tests against Italy. On the 5th of July and on the 12th of July. The first one we won 42-24 and the second one we blanked them 45-0. There were some interesting lineups. That's the first time we saw old Mostert playing as the 7. We turned things, but out of those summer tests, of course, then they still had the Georgia one where we won 55-10. But if you think back, try to use that thing you call a brain. Yes, exactly. Try to think back. Which player did you think in the summer internationals was the one that you thought, he took his opportunity there? Who do you think took his opportunity there for the summer internationals?
I thought Malcom from Stardom was really good.
I thought Ethan Hooker.
Yeah.
And I've got to admit, I did like how Luke Jager played.
Luke's played a solid season, man.
He has.
Pity for that red card.
Unnecessary also, but...
yeah, it is what it is. But it was the summer was good. You saw Russ experimenting. Vincent Tutuka was in there as well. I thought he should have played a bit more. That game he did play, I thought he played good.
Yes, I didn't understand. He played very well, and since then he's just gone. Same with Evan Ruiz, gone.
Listen here, we are stacked at that position, man. We have so many good players at that position, so it's hard to know what is in Rusty's head. At the end of the day, in Rusty we trust, man.
Yeah, man, he's the mad professor, man. We don't know what the fuck's going on.
Hi, Nadine Keller's in the house. Hi, Nadine.
That surprised me a lot. I thought we'd see more of Evan and of Evan Lewis and of Chikatuka.
One moment there quickly.
Yes.
I just want to say, everybody out there, if you've got any questions or any comments about the Springbok season, get it in the chat, guys. And also, if you want to come on the show quickly, Vic will make it possible. Put up the email address Vic, quickly.
Do I have the email on here? The email's running at the bottom, man. Email
is running at the bottom. Vic and Ren Sports Chat at gmail.com.
Yes.
Get in there and we'll try to invite you on the show, man.
Yeah. But we're looking back. So the summer was all right. We had those 4 tests. We won all 4.
But you remember what we said when that summer tests were on? Are these teams good enough preparation for what's to come?
Yes, and I thought not, because I was looking back at last season. We finished the season last in 2024 with 4 wins. Then we had that summer series. I think if without ridiculing any teams of being nasty, but the 4 tests that we had were all tier 3 nations.
Yeah.
I mean, Italy was probably the best of the bunch.
Definitely.
Georgia was never going to be a challenge for us. The Barbarians are a joke. I don't even like this Barbarian thing, So they got us to an 8-game winning streak. And then the Australia game, the first game of the Rugby Championships.
Oh, man. That one, you could have a 3 or 4 hour show just to analyze that one.
Because I don't know how you lead 22-0 after 23 minutes. Total domination. Australia, Skippy and the boys, they didn't know what to do, man. They were gone. They were out of it.
I remember that game so well. I mean, we were off our rocket there after the 22-0. We were like super comfortable. This is going to be a hammering. Everything was going to plan, and suddenly they just switched off. I mean, they really just hit that button and then off, gone, finished, nada. And after that, it was done. Nothing happened anymore.
No.
I've never seen that before.
It was,
in my
you know
life
what?
from the Springboks.
You know what? It was like somebody just pulled the plug.
Exactly.
They pulled the plug.
And everything was going to plan. The game was amazing. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on. It was just going absolutely smoothly. And then somebody pulled the plug. And that is so... I just don't know how to explain that. I don't.
Yeah, look.
I'd love to have a professional coach or professional somebody to come on and tell me what happened there.
And then, you know what the worst thing about that was? Not that we lost. At home. At Loftus. To Australia. The game, I can handle losing. You know what the worst thing about losing that game was? The fucking South African media on Monday morning. And some of the South African fans, is Rassie still the right man? I mean, that is so bloody onnoosel. I mean, in the dictionary now, next to the word dumb, onnoosel, is exactly that question. Is Rassie still the right man?
I mean, I don't know how the man is giving you 2 World Cups. How can you question
the
him?
man has 3 World Cup gold medals. Do you know that? We won it in 2017, and he was on the squad as a specialist coach. So he's got 3 gold medals in his fucking, in his trunk at home or wherever he keeps his gold medals.
Lily B says it was Ellis Park, not Loftus.
Oh, doesn't matter. You can't lose. You can't lose to Australia at home. But I think they kind of. I think he tried something there.
He did. He experimented.
The nutty professor does that every now and then.
He does.
And then the second test. I'm gonna go back to the black book again. There it is.
Yeah, go to the black book. Quick.
We won the second test 30-22, but we weren't convincing in that test either. I thought the Aussies had a good chance of nicking that one.
That was a test that we could have lost.
Yes.
It wasn't a convincing win.
And then obviously we went to the Sheep Shaggers and we went over to New Zealand. And then of course their Eden Park and their 100-year record and whatever the fuck. I thought we played terrible the first half.
Yeah.
I felt like I was watching Man United. I was really, or the Sharks. I was down. I didn't know what to say anymore. I was demoting, and then he made those switches, and I think I'm not going to say he lucked in because with Racing nothing, but he made the right switches, and the second half in Eden Park, I believe had the game gone another 3-4 minutes, we would have won it.
I see it as well, but that is the only game I must say on the season where I thought if we would have won that one, it would have been, even though we lost to Australia, if we won that one in Eden Park as well, it would have been a perfect season. To break that record from New Zealand.
Yeah, but we'll do that soon, don't worry. We'll do that soon.
But it was a fantastic second half, and we know New Zealand has a crap last 20 minutes.
Wasn't that the game that Farsi got injured?
Could be, yeah.
It's either that one or the next one. I think it's the Wellington test that he got injured early.
New Zealand
really got injured early.
Yeah, New Zealand's got a they don't play well the last 20 minutes.
No.
So,
and then of course, for me, one of the games of the season, there was 2 games of the season for me. 2. And that Wellington test, the new South African enclave, I thought it was fantastic. I think Farsi was the one that got injured there early. Maybe Lily Beale. No, she wouldn't have forgot. And then we thrashed them. 10-43. And at halftime, it didn't look like this was coming.
No, they were up.
And then the second half, we played rugby from another bloody planet, my friend.
That was the best 40 minutes I think I've ever seen.
Yes, in my lifetime. You know, I can't remember when I was like 3 years old. But
no, that was the perfect 40 minutes, and that's a 40 minutes that you should watch every second week.
Listen,
because it's so beautiful.
Exactly. That's 40 minutes of rugby that you cut that video, you show those 40 minutes of rugby, you put it on a satellite and you put it out into outer space, and whoever lives on other planets in the millions of galaxies, they see that and they say, fuck it, these boys are good, man.
No, it was an astounding piece of rugby. Like I said, never seen anything like it, those 40 minutes there in Wellington.
And
Wellington was annexed.
And that's, I think, where Sacha arrived.
Yes.
That's the game where Sacha, FM, the best radio station in the world, as I say, Mr. Feinberg, Mongazulu, he arrived there, he announced himself to the rugby world. But we saw him play well for the Stormers last year and stuff like that. But that was a one-off. But that game, he took that game by the scruff of his neck, and I thought, holy freaking moly, to quote Walter Matthau, holy moly, he just ran it down their throat. But all of the box, I mean, didn't matter who came on, everybody in the second half, it was like everybody was a 10 out of 10 in the second half. And New Zealand went into total panic mode on Monday morning after the game.
That was fun to watch.
Well, that is always fun when your biggest rivals suffer, you know? Even though we do love the New Zealanders, you know?
We do love them. But
we had a, how do you say it? We put a whole rack of lamb on the braai on that day.
Not just that, they questioned everything. That was the coach. Have we got the players? Have we got the youth development? They questioned everything.
I mean, they even talked about never playing in Wellington again.
Well,
I think if New Zealand was intelligent, just play all your games at Eden Park.
I will do that too.
But if you've got a place like that where you're unbeatable, why the frick do you move things around?
Exactly, but I found that so astonishing. Then you had all these pundits, these New Zealand pundits, going off their rocket. I mean, it was just one loss, and they questioned everything.
But I'm going to put the guy out there quickly, Sacha. I mean, Sacha was immense in that game, man.
He wasn't. When that boy's coming, like we said yesterday, if he could just improve his kicking, he is the perfect fly half. Perfect. He's kicking.
Yeah.
His problem.
And then after that, you know, then the Rugby Championship was on. Obviously, New Zealand had already lost once to Argentina. They lost to us. It became all very tight.
It was tight. All 4 teams had a chance of winning it.
And then we had the 2 games against the Argentinians. In the first one, we beat them 67-30. We just fucking destroyed them. Another, I think, isn't that the game where Sacha scored the most points ever by a Springbok?
Could have been, yeah.
And then we beat them 27-29. The second game was a tighter affair.
Was it Twickenham?
And was at Twickenham, yes.
Can you imagine if that game was in Buenos Aires or in...
Could have been a different story altogether.
It could have been a very different story.
Because I've been very surprised by the Argentinians this year. But so we won the Rugby Championships, retained the Rugby Championship. We retained that freedom trophy that you get between New Zealand and South Africa. Another trophy. I mean, we've got so many trophies. I mean, we need like the Burj Al Khalifa. We need a massive building for all the trophies we are collecting. So we beat Argentina 12. We won the Rugby Championships. And then Rassi announced his autumn or November internationals, and it was Japan, France, Italy, Ireland, and Wales. And we knew exactly what he was planning. We spoke about it the other day. Everybody said, why is he having 5 games? Everybody else is only having 4. Because Rassi wants to simulate the World Cup, my boys and girls. And because you're going to play 7 games at the World Cup in 5 weeks. So that's what he did. And then it started off with Japan. We knew we were going to beat Japan 61-7. Then
it was a good display.
It was a good display. I mean, we were racking up a lot of points. And then we had the France game with Luc de Jager's red card.
But the French game, it was something different because before the game, there was so much cut coming out of France.
Yes.
That revenge.
I'm going to put our loot out there for you boys. That, I mean,
there was all this talk about revenge and for the World Cup that we stole from them.
First of all, to all the French out there, to all you baguette eating dumbasses, I'm going to say this: there is no revenge. If you lose the World Cup, right, in your home stadium, how can an autumn or a November international, where there's nothing on the line, be revenge? The only time you can revenge anything is if you have another Rugby World Cup at home and you meet the Springboks. Then you can take revenge. And then it's probably not even the same players.
No, but if they beat us at, say, Loftus or Ellis Park in a World Cup in South Africa,
then it's revenge.
Then you can take revenge.
But what did you...
Just a night out in Paris? No, thanks.
No. Who? A night out in Paris Hilton? No.
That's what you're going to get.
Now, and then let's talk about our loot. Luc de Jager got that red card. South Africa went into a hitsy fit. I thought you could give red for it. I did think you could. I didn't think it was a straight red. I still say it should have been a yellow, review, red, 20-minute red. Fine. And then you can still say, and I thought 2 games would have been more than enough for the man.
I have to agree with you on that one. I thought it was a definite yellow.
Yeah.
Maybe even a red, but not a straight red.
No, definitely not.
And the Boks were then down to 14 men, I think, for about 50 minutes.
There you go. And yeah, it was just before halftime that he got it.
Just before halftime. And what we then saw, I must be honest, I was scared. I thought, oh fuck, we're in trouble here now. But in the second half, we came out and we stuffed them.
Yeah, but,
I mean, we really stuffed
them.
What? And winning that game, down to 14 men in Paris with that margin. I can't remember, I think it was 20 points, I'm not sure now at the moment. But we really showed them that they are not worthy of a revenge. They are not worthy of a world championship.
Well, I actually think it's not as much as the Springboks played out of their bloody minds. I thought the French kind of gave up. I thought the French thought, okay, they got a red card, we've got this in the bag. They were totally overconfident all of a sudden. And they did fuck all. There was no urgency. And, you know, like I say, you've got to be like a great white shark. The French should have been smelling blood there. Springboks down to 14, and now we hammer them. Now we take the revenge that they were talking about.
Exactly, like the game against Ireland. That scrum, you smelled it, and then you just hammered it home the whole time.
There you go.
Hammer it, until you get the result, man.
Yeah, so
the French didn't do it.
So that took Luc de Jager out of all the November internationals. And then, obviously, the next game, you know, we thought it was going to be a little bit an easier game against Italy. We did win 32-14. But what happened in that game?
Red card.
Red card. Who got the red card?
The Mostert.
Yeah, Mostert is up in the air there because he's going to come on a different position afterwards. It got rescinded afterwards. I mean, at this point, South Africa and all South Africans thought, nah, fuck it, man. World Rugby's in for us. They hate Rassi. They hate us. They want us out of here. And again, we won. And this time it was after 12 minutes, he got the red card. Then we were down to like 13 players at one stage.
Yeah.
But once again, the boys, Sacha, once again, everybody just stepped it up again for us. They stepped it up, and we played phenomenal then. We played phenomenal.
And that just cemented it. It doesn't matter if the Boks go down to 14 men, you're still going to get hammered, man.
And then after the Italian game, South Africa thought the whole world is like conspiracy theory. This is like Watergate, it's like red card gate. And then came the Ireland game.
Yeah.
And before we get into that, I feel for the referees. I don't like him, especially the bald Italian twat. But I don't like
actually that boy's mustard.
You love him since yesterday.
Since yesterday, I love him.
And then we went into that, and I thought, okay, the game started, and I thought, oh shit, here we go again. It's going to be a red card, at least a yellow card with a review against Sacha. But I think the ref panicked.
Yes. I'll have to agree totally on that one. The ref panicked. He refused to give the Boks a card just because of the backlash that would come. He must probably had a long chat there with World Rugby as well. Watch out for that. It's a bit one-sided against the Boks. But Sacha should have got a yellow card.
Yeah.
There is no doubt about it.
No, and not just that. I think because the mustard red card was rescinded in the middle of the week, and everybody was talking about, I think the refs were like, oh shit, here we go. Because people forget, we talk about the players. We're going to talk about who we think Springboks are going to take to the World Cup in a few minutes' time. The refs also want to go to the World Cup. The refs want to ref at the World Cup. The refs are not doing stupid things on purpose. They get, after every game, they get evaluated. And these refs all want to ref at the World Cup. And I think World Rugby didn't do them a favor. They made them totally nervous, man.
Yeah.
And he screwed it up. He should have put Sacha on a yellow with a review. I think it should have been a review. I don't think it should have been a red card. But he didn't give anything.
Now that was wrong decision to make. But listen here, I think if you look back at all the decisions, because maybe it was a just one because of all the other crap decisions that they made. But you can't do it like that. You've got to make the decisions on the day.
Yes, you can't compensate. There's no compensation in sport.
No.
You call what you see, and that's it.
But Sacha should have been sent off, but he wasn't. And after that, that was at the 7th minute, eh?
Yeah, and then afterwards,
that could have been fatal.
And then I think this was Rassi's game plan all along. We ran the scrum down their throats. they were down red card. They were down 13. They were down to 12 men at one stage. One yellow card after the other. Scrum, the South African scrum was so freaking dominant and unbelievable. We had idiots like Matt Williams come out here. You got to ban the scrum. You got to change the rules. You had New Zealand pundits. There's this one guy, I can't remember his name. They have quite a good show. There's 3 of them. And he said, is the South African scrum the most awesome weapon ever in World Rugby? Ever. Ever, ever, ever.
But listen, the only problem I had with that dominance we had at the World Cup, we didn't make it into points. But that's another story.
Yes.
We should have won that game way higher. Maybe it was better that we didn't win that game higher. Otherwise, it would have been, I think, more of a shitstorm about the scrum. But listen, you saw the scrum. Yesterday when Storm was played against Munster, the Storm has 5 penalties they got from the scrum. Even the Storm scrum was dominant over Munster.
Yes.
So there must be some scrum guru in South Africa doing some amazing work.
I just think South Africans, I can't talk about we because I'm not in the scrum. I think South African rugby players get that scrum gene when they breastfeed the children. It's with the mother's milk already. That scrum gene, man.
Could be. No, but listen here, it's just an art that they have now perfected, and everybody else is going to play catch up. Yes, and I don't know how long it's going to last, but as long as it lasts, I'm happy. Look, but it won't last forever.
I look at it as like this. Remember when Pep Guardiola came out with tiki-taka?
Exactly.
He destroyed the world of sports, right? Then everybody went to tiki-taka. Yeah. Until everybody figured out how to play against Pep. Now everybody's throwing long balls and corners until somebody figures that out again, But
it's just a phase. And we
It
are
is a
dominant
phase.
in that scrum. And that Ireland game was a beautiful game to watch, especially with that scrum. I've never been so excited about seeing scrums. It was amazing.
exactly. And then obviously yesterday's game against Wales. When I mean, everybody is panicking, and the South Africans, you panic way too early, man. Remember, they came out with who's leaving the team. Remember?
Yeah.
They didn't say who was staying. They said Jesse's gone home, Grant Williams has gone home, these boys have all gone home. And everybody's like, oh no. I mean, we have people on here, we have certain people, I'm not going to mention any names. Oh, Wales is too strong for us. I mean, come on, let's be serious, right? I told you it's going to be a thrashing. Because we knew Wales was sending players home as well. And yesterday wasn't good advertisement for rugby.
No.
Because what is Wales? What is Wales? Number 13, 14 in the world?
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure anymore. I mean, if the number 1 football team in the world plays against the number 13 football team in the world, they're not getting thrashed 10-0. And 73-0 is like a 10-0, right?
Yeah.
But I thought that game was phenomenal. Everything was perfect. There was just one thing that pissed me off in that game, and it's that man, Eban.
Yeah.
There is video footage. I heard there's video footage now out. That during the ruck, the Welsh guy had his thumb on Eban's eye and pushing it. Saying that,
Doesn't matter.
there's no excuse for what he did afterwards. If that was the case, Eban should have got up, went to the ref, checked the TMO, and then it would have been a different story. You know what I mean?
Exactly. There's no place for revenge.
No, they ask the French.
Ask the French.
There you go. So Eban made a big mistake. He made a big mistake.
He made it.
Listen here. If you kick me in the nuts, right?
Oh, beautiful thing.
Beautiful thought, right? During a football game, I can't just stand up, and the ref doesn't say I can't just stand up and go kick you in the nuts. It doesn't work like that. And you always know the second guy always gets seen. The guy that takes revenge. There you go.
Yeah,
But
second, I always get called.
so that was the South African game. So we played, just counted up 4, 10. We played 15 games this calendar year. We won 13. We should have never lost the Australia game.
No.
And I thought we were actually the better team second half in the New Zealand game. We could have gone 15-0, which wouldn't have been a good thing, I think.
Yes, that's a good quote there from Lily.
Yes.
Unfortunately, one of those moments people may forgive but never forget.
Look, I think Eban he's tarnished his legacy a little bit with that stupidity. Because you know how you are. It's recency bias. You don't remember the 146 games where you played phenomenal, being a good sportsman, not always, but a good sportsman. So now, everybody in world rugby, when you think about Eban Etzebeth, right now, today, young kids that have watched maybe their first rugby game, he's a dirty bastard, right?
Oh, Rick, I think it's rugby.
I'm such a nice guy. I still have people coming to me in the basketball world. 40 years have gone by. You were a dirty player. You were enfant terrible. You were aggressive. It's not true. I'm such a docile person.
No, you were aggressive. You weren't terrible. You were a dirty bastard.
But that doesn't mean I'm that today anymore.
It still means that you're that today.
There you go. So then let's have a quick, before we get into the team that we think should go to the World Cup. Next year, I know the Springboks will announce more games because at the moment there are only 10 games announced. And I can't see Russia only playing 10 games next year. So we've got England, Scotland and Wales in the summer in the Nations Cup. Then we have the ABs 4 times in a row. 3 times in South Africa, and once I think it's going to be in Twickenham. And then in November, we have Italy, France, and Ireland in the Championships Cup. I think we'll must probably still add 1 or 2 tests somewhere down the line. Wouldn't surprise me. Because I think Rassie wants to get to around about 14, 15 tests a year. I think he'll want to simulate again that Rugby World Cup. So And I'm definitely, I can tell you the first game of the year, that is, you can put that in your calendar. That is the 4th of July. Yes, it's American National Day. There you go. 4th of July. It's going to be England against South Africa in South Africa. Don't know where it's going to be. If it's going to be Loftus, Ellis Park, the Cape Town Stadium, which is behind you, or Kings Park, that's behind me. I don't know, but we'll see. But that is coming up in 2026. But now... Huh?
It's a long time.
Scotland is winning the World Cup. There are some people that need to go to Falkenberg Mental Institution. They need psychiatric help, my friend.
They do, because some people, I don't know. I think it's just a dream. But that dream is never coming true.
I have a dream.
I have a dream.
I have a dream. But let's, I don't want to run on here for like hours. So we've been in here for half an hour. Let's get into the team that we think is going to the Rugby World Cup as of today.
Everybody's how many players? 33 players, huh?
33 players. Everybody's healthy, Vern. Everybody's healthy. The Malherbers are healthy, the Eldridge Lows, the Honeycombs, everybody's healthy. The Billy LaRues are in the squad. Everybody's healthy. You can pick from anybody, right? Me and you, we discussed this beforehand, so I could set it up. Normally, we would start with the props and work our way up. But I think that's the complicated end of the... What do you mean, which World Cup were we from? There's only one World Cup if you're on the Springbok season review channel. My Lily B's trying to piss me, man. Lily B's pulling my leg here.
2027, Lily.
It always depends which leg you pull, which one of the three. Now, that's the question. So, look.
Sorry, Lily.
So I thought we'll go the other way around now. We'll start at 15. Okay? And then you guys, if you have anything against our tips here, you let us know. I think we'll take 2 fullbacks with, because we do have Sacha as the third option if needed, right? And we've played Cheslin there as well. So, so there we go. So I think these 2 boys, they're healthy. I think Damon Willems is our starter and Fazi will be our backup. I think those are the 2.
Those 2 are 100% definitely on the plane. But like you said, I would start with Damon Willems and what he has shown in the last, since Fazi's actually injured, what he has shown is phenomenal.
He is one of the, if you know, the World Rugby have their things. I've got the Vic Awards, one of the best breakout players, one of the best players of the season, Damon Willems. Yesterday he was freaking phenomenal in that what's his name test against Italy, where we were down under the cosh because we had meant the stops that he was making was fucking unbelievable, man.
He has definitely come alive.
Okay, so that would be my 2 fullbacks. We're only taking 2 fullbacks, okay? Then our position 11, 14, our wings, okay? Our left wing and our right wing, whatever you want to go. I think we're going to take 4 wingers with us.
Definitely.
So I'm going with these 4, my friend. Yeah, they come out. I think those are our wingers. I think our starters will be Cheslin Colby on the 14 and Kurtley Arneson on the 11. I think Edward van der Merwe will be the backup to Cheslin Colby. And I think Ethan Hooker is the backup to Arneson. Yes, we have Cannon Moody, but I put him into the centres.
But Cannon Moody can play multiple. Most of these players, Ethan Hooker can play multiple
positions. Yes, but I had to put them in somewhere.
That is the good. Mo is in the house.
No worry, Mo. Don't worry, Mo. Don't worry. We'll figure out something for another show. Don't worry. So
I think, we've even seen Cheslin Colby playing the fullback.
Exactly.
But no, these 4 are going to make it. Like I said, there's so many players we have to leave out. Makasole Mpimpi.
Yeah, I feel for him.
I feel for him as well. There's so many. We've got to be so blessed on that position as well. But come on, that is a very strong wing line up there, man.
Exactly. Good. And now people say, "Where's Moody and the boys?" But I had to put everybody in. So let's have a look at that.
That is a nice thing about Rusty. He likes. We've got so many hybrids to play multiple positions.
It's not all about the positions. So those are my centres going to the World Cup.
Are you wingers?
No, I've just changed it. My center's
Oh, you changed it. I can't see it. That's the problem.
Okay. There you go. Well, now you can see it now.
Ah, that's better.
There you go. So those are our centers. I think we take 4 centers as well.
Definitely take 4 centers, and I'll definitely take those 4.
Exactly, because we still have Andre Esterhuizen that can be that hybrid player. And I think if you start, for me, I would go at the moment, very honestly, I'm going Delinda and Moody starting for me.
Ooh, okay. I quite like that Esterhuizen, Delinda that was yesterday.
I don't think Andre Esterhuizen will start any games at the World Cup because I think he'll be our best bench player because Rassie will use him as a flanker and as a center winger, whatever we need. So I think Andre Esterhuizen, because of his versatility, he's a lot like Kwagga Smith. I think he gets hurt because of his versatility.
Don't forget Damon Williams can also still play at that number 12 role as well.
Yes,
so
I mean Grant Williams can move into the wingers as well.
But we are stacked there, and definitely those 4 on the plane. I feel sorry for Luke on your arm. We have so many other players who can play in that position.
Okay, so we've got our backs, we've got our centers, and we've got our wings. We've got 10 players in the squad. We can only now give 23 more spots, right? Yeah. And so we're going to move to our fly-off. We know you have to take 3 fly-offs, and we know you have to take 3 scrum-offs.
Yeah.
You have to do that, okay? So here we go. This is my scrum-off. This is my fly-off trio. I don't think we surprised
that one was nailed on.
Huh?
That trio was nailed on. I hear people calling it Andre Pollard should be dropped. Are you nuts?
I will personally, if Andre Pollard gets dropped, I'm flying over there and Russ is getting a clap from me. Because I'm telling you now, I say it every time we do a show like this. Play Marnie, play Sacha, start Marnie, start Sacha, I don't give a shit. The last 20 minutes, don't play Pollard. Play Sacha the whole game for lucky. But in the minute the ref blows the whistle, we're down by 2 points. We need a kick from 50 meters out, on the corner, on the sideline. I'm making the change straight away and I'm bringing Pollard on. As cold as it would be, without any warm-up phase, I bring in Pollard on because I don't trust Marnie and I don't trust Sacha with the world-class big kicks if needed.
We saw it yesterday. I mean, if it's right in front of the goal, I mean, everybody makes it, so Sacha makes it. The ones on the side he didn't make. And that is where Andre Pollard comes in the game. And if we play in the World Cup and we're getting penalties from scrums, I'm telling you now, World Cup final, semi-final, quarterfinals, we're kicking every time. And then you need an Andre Pollard on the pitch to make those kicks count.
Fuzi Moya, I think, has a chance if one of the 3 boys get injured.
I think he has to. Oh, it's a tough one. I love Fuzi, but he has to cement that place first of all in the Curry Cup team of the Sharks, and then he has to cement that place in the URC because the Sharks do not have a good kicker. And yes, there's George Whitehead, the Greek kicker was in on
Look,
the
I'm
field.
telling you now, Fuzi Moya is in the World Cup squad 2031.
Now that I would bet my left bollock on.
Okay, well that bollock is saved then. Then, of course, we move to our scrum halves, and I think
that is, wait 1 second there. That is exactly what's out there in the poll. Who should start at scrum half in the poll? They check that out. So far, it's Quivers right up with 43%. Then we have Grant Williams and Morgan from the back, both at 21. And I did put in old Fuff there, you know, 14%. Some people still believe in Fuff.
Look, I think Fuff is in the team as the 4th one if one of these 3 gets injured.
Yeah.
Because you're not taking 4 scrum halves to the World Cup.
No, you're not. And so, listen, talking about scrum half, which scrum half do you think will maybe take Fuff's position there at 4th? Because I thought now Nico Steyn had a phenomenal season for the Lions. I think Ambrose here for the Bulls is doing really well. The Stormers scrum halves are all Stefan Pommerer and
I think we go with these 3 to the World Cup. If anybody gets injured, I think it's Faf because he trusts Faf. And I think then it's going to be Hassan Peed coming up in the next years to come.
Yes, but also there, Hassan Peed is on the bench for the Lions, but he doesn't play.
Yeah.
I love Nico Steyn, I think he's phenomenal. But you've got to let that boy play. He let himself the World Cup.
See, Lily B also brings up Hassan Peed. I just think it's too early for these boys. But you don't know. Look, we don't know. It's 2 years to go. We don't know. But I think those are going to be our 3 scrum halves.
Yeah.
So let me just get that all ready. So that is now, we are officially up to 16 players now, right? And we haven't even got into our pack.
The pack's a difficult one because we have got so many good players, man.
Okay, so
Scrum halves, the fly halves, they're done deals. The backs, I think, is a done deal situation. Maybe it could change 1 or 2, but I don't think so. I think that whole from 9 to 15, that's sold. That is done. It's very hard to get in. Burn your sound is skewed.
I hear you. I hear you quite well.
Okay. Well, sorry about that. Can't do much about it. I think our backs are absolutely nailed on. But the real interesting comes now.
Okay, so now we're going to look at the position 6, 7, and 8. Our loose forwards, right?
Loose forwards.
Okay, so I've put out there 2, 4, 6, 7 loose forwards, and I think we're only going to take 6 because I think you got Andre Esterhuizen as that 7th loose forward.
Yeah.
Okay, but there they are for you guys. Check them out. I've got Aldridge Lowe, Conran Hanenkom, Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith, Jasper Wisse, Thomas de Toy, and Sia Kolisi. I think out of that... what's his name? Not Peter Steph de Toy. Not Thomas. So out of those 7 I've got there, I think either Aldridge Lowe or Conran Hanenkom are going to be left at home. One of the 2. I can't see Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith. Jasper Wisse is not staying at home. Sia's not staying at home. And definitely Peter Steph de Toy is not staying at home.
Lily comes what we were talking about yesterday, Vincent Tutuka.
I got Vincent Tutuka in that backup 5 that you're allowed to have.
We were talking about that yesterday, Lily. Vic and I had a long discussion of Vincent Tutuka.
Well, who do you take out? Lily, my question to Lily B is now, okay, so who do I leave at home? Out of these 7, who do I scrap for Vincent? Because I don't think he takes 7. I think he'll take 6 because of Andre Esterhuizen.
Definitely take 6.
Because you only got 33, so you take 6 and you put that extra guy, if it's an Aldridge Lowe or a Hanenkom, you put him in the reserve 5 in case somebody gets injured.
We'll have to see when I think Cameron Hanenkom, because of his injury prone, I think Cameron... Aldridge Lowe says that he'll take out. Okay.
Me too. I'm also going Aldridge Lowe. So let's get rid of Aldridge. That's the 6.
Now you got rid of Hanenkom. But no, that's Aldridge Lowe. Okay. I can't see very well. It's not problem.
No, we know you can't see well. So those are the 6 we are taking with us. So we were at 16. So we're up to 20 to 22 now already.
Yeah. I'd love to see Vincent Tutuka in there, man.
Aldridge Lowe, so we're dropping Aldridge Lowe for the moment. He will be in that reserve 5.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's not easy. Well, that's only going to be announced in about 2027. But we're trying to play devil's advocate here a little bit ahead of time.
Yeah. But I must say, I would Vincent Tutuka. He's still got 2 seasons to get there. I think he might get there, baby.
Man, you never know. You might have a JJ Teron coming through.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think, I don't know.
The stream isn't playing in the background. Okay, have you got the stream on? I've got the chat on. Switch off your chat, man.
I've got to hear what you say.
You can still hear me. Andre Pollard is staying at home. Not in a million years, my friend. Not in a million years. Then we've done our loose forwards. Let's go to our locks. Okay. Okay. Normally you need 2 locks, so you're gonna have 4 locks. You must probably take 5 locks with you. But I doubt it. I doubt that you take 5 locks because I think I'll tell you now. Out of these 6 locks that I've put out there, 2 are not making it, Vern. 2 are not going to the World Cup. Okay, so nailed on to the World Cup is Ruan Nortje. He's nailed on. I think Luther Jager's nailed on, and I think Archie Snyman is nailed on.
Eban is nailed on.
There you go. So, is Franco Mostert going to be... You take Franco Mostert now, and maybe you leave Cameron Malcom at home, you take Franco Mossa because he can play that position as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll see.
I think John Klein, he doesn't make it.
So, okay, so you're saying John Klein. So John Klein not making it, right? But if we take 5 now, right? Then we'll be up to 27. Then we only have 5 on the props and hooker position. So we're not taking 5 here.
No, we're not taking 5.
Unless we go back and we get rid of Conrad Hanacom and you leave Mostert in there.
I would do that.
You would leave Mostert in there for Hana. I'm agreeing with Lily B. I think Franco Mostert's gone.
Franco Mossert is 35 years old, so...
Yeah. I think Archie, I think those will be our 4 positions. And I'll tell you why. Because I think we've got a reserve lock that can play from the prop position. We got somebody. And I know that Markov and Staden can also play lock.
Peter Steffentoy can also
play lock. So we got that. Yeah, Chuka Tuka, you see, but I can't see Chuka Tuka in there right now. So those are the, how do you say it? Our locks for me, okay? Now here's where it becomes fucking difficult, okay? Now let's start with our number 3 players, which I can't remember what is that, the loose head props, right? Tight head props. So let's have a look at the tight head props here quickly, okay? And I think I've got this.
One moment, Vic.
Yeah.
Mo, I think Simon Morat is not making the squad, man. It's not making the squad.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So.
But like I said, this is what we would take now. Doesn't matter what injuries they've got or anything. But on 2027, you don't know. Somebody's got a torn ligament there or something. Then he's out.
Yeah. Look, these are my. On the 3 position, I think Wilkelo, Thomas Atoy is nailed on. I think those 2 are nailed on at the moment.
Those 2 are nailed on. They are
I think Azanati Labakania will be gone. Because I think you're going to put in Jan-Hendrik Wessels that I've got there in front of somebody. There you go. I'll move him over. I think Jan-Hendrik Wessels will come in as that 5th prop option. Hooker prop option. I think because Jan-Hendrik Wessels can play all 3 front row positions.
Yeah, just one moment. Dean says Morat will be in the team 100%. I doubt that one, Dean. And
I don't know.
Clyde won't be in. I definitely I don't think Clyde makes it.
So what I'm going for here is just to tell you guys, I think we'll take 2 hookers, we'll take two tight head props, 2 loose head props, and I think we'll take Jan-Hendrik Wessels who covers for all 3 positions as well.
Yeah.
So that's why I've got Jan-Hendrik Wessels in there. Okay? Then let me tell you. Let's go to the other props first, where I think it's not that difficult. I think one of these boys are going to be left at home.
I just want to know why Dean Cook thinks Simon Morat is going to be in the team. Dean, tell me why.
Okay. So let's move from to the loose head props quickly. I think Ox is nailed.
Oh yes.
And then my question is it Steenekamp or is it Boen Venter? I don't think he takes both.
Ooh, that's a tough one, man.
It is tough. Listen here, Ruffy's got a hard job, man. I honestly think it's not going to be this man, Boen Venter. I think Boen is out.
He has more trust in Steenekamp.
Because I think again, this man can replace. He's that hybrid player. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely see it. I mean, we discussed this already. I definitely see a Steenekamp over Boen Venter. A pity though, because I think Boen Venter is mustard, but he just hasn't. He hasn't convinced Rusty yet. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I think Boen at the moment, if it was, I also go with Steenekamp. So I think Boen Venter's out. Okay, and now we move on to. It is not easy. It's not easy. And then we move on to our hookers. Okay. Everybody likes a good hooker.
Everywhere likes a good hooker.
There you go. So those are the choices I put out there at the moment. I cannot see Bongi making it. I think Malcom Marx is nailed on. I think Johan Grobler. You know, I'll be at 10 and Vern at 15. Okay. Look, I think that is just. I think Bongi's out, Vern.
Listen here. Just for the crap he's played this season, yes, you'll have to put him on.
Because I think Bongi's out, and again, my man, Johan Hendrik Wessels will be the third option.
Yeah.
So I've got two props, two tight head props, two loose head props, got two hookers, and I've got Jan Hendrik Wessel as that hybrid guy covering everything else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think we were discussing Oscar Marx van der Merwe there, but he doesn't make it.
Look. I think I'm gonna show you something now quickly. Let me just do it. I think that you do have, how do you say? You do have a few players that can be on that reserve list. So I think it's going to be. And what do you take? Obviously, you're going to take the big boys on the reserve list. You're not taking small boys.
You've got 5 on the reserve list, right?
That's right. You got 5 on the reserve list. Okay.
You've got you take 2 props on the reserve list. You take 1 loose forward, so long loose forward, and you take maybe a winger, or maybe
Could be.
Another scrum half or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put it together quickly as what I think is going to be the reserve 5 that I think.
I definitely see a Bjorn Venter and an Asanati in there. I think it's too early for Zachary Porter.
You see there? Okay, all right. So I'll take Old Zach Attack out there for a second.
No, you can leave him in there if you want.
I
think it's just too early for him. He's only 21 years old.
Yeah.
But listen, it doesn't matter. He played well yesterday. He played well since he got into the team. But don't forget, he's got phenomenal people left and right of him.
Yes. I'm just.
Lewis will be in the mix as well. Listen here, team. If Lewis is not in the mix now, I don't think he'll be in the mix in 2 years' time.
I don't think Rusty rates him, Vern.
He didn't play well yesterday.
I don't think he rates him. Listen here, I'm going to put out the 5 I think he's going to have as the reserves. Okay.
Okay.
Here we go. There they go. That's what I think.
Run through them, please.
Okay, so I think Azanati will be there. I think Bongi will be there. I think Marnus van der Merwe will be there. Franco Mostert and Cameron Hanakom. I think those are the 5 you'll have as the backups.
I don't think so. You won't have 2 hookers in that position. So you'll get rid of one of the either Marnus or Bongi.
So Marnus van der Merwe or Bongi. So then, okay, so let's gooi Bongi out. So then it's.
I would put Fender as a prop. You need another prop in there. Although Lily says keep Portland. But this is just our.
Yeah.
You know, what do we know?
So it could be Portland or it could be what's his name?
Boen Venter.
Boen Venter, for me. That's the 35. But let's be honest. The 35, the 38 that we've picked now, 33 plus the 5 reserves, right? Let's be honest. They're not all going to the World Cup because somebody's injured.
Yeah.
Somebody will be injured. Somebody might be even get a ban or something like that.
Now, I'm pretty sure out of all those players, 3 to 4 will be injured.
Obviously, we hope that's not the case.
Yes, but 3 or 4 will be injured. And as Dion Dean Cook says, Bongi is finished. I also think Bongi doesn't make it.
But what I have a problem with Bongi is that we go over there quickly. I just think Bongi is. Rassi just likes Bongi, man. Every time we think Bongi's finished, he pops up. I mean, we haven't talked about other players that, Willie Leroux. Is he done forever, ever now?
He's done forever.
Faf de Klerk. We haven't put him on the thing there, Is there one of the 2 of the young? Is a Fusi Moya, is a Hassan Pete, is a Cheswell Yuste, is a JJ Teron, is a what's the Riley Norton? Is one of the young guys coming through?
Yes, I mean you've got JJ Teron in there. You've got a lot of good players coming through. Paulfin will be leading the front from 20. I think you're right about that. 28. Zachary Paulfin will be there.
Yes, sir. We just
have to ask a question. No, you don't have to ask if you want to ask. Just ask the question.
For me, it is just hypothetical in any case because we're just having a little bit of fun with this today. You know, I mean, I can guarantee you right now, if the man's not injured, Andre Pollard's on the plane.
Yes.
He will be, because we don't have a better kicker. We don't have a better, I'm not saying he plays better than Sacha. I'm not saying he plays better than Mona. I'm saying we do not have a better kicker in South Africa than Andre Pollard today.
Yeah.
And we're talking about today. You know, we can do this again at the end of the 2026 season. We can do exactly the same program. And then we can do this a week before the World Cup. It's going to, I mean, you know how many times we're going to pick our Russi's team from now until the World Cup? You're going to have like about 20 shows about who's Russi going to pick, you know?
Not just that. I mean, can you imagine? You've got now your lineup, 33 men. You fly over to Australia. The first practice training, somebody breaks a knee or breaks an arm. Come on.
Oh, Pollard. I agree 100% with Lily. Pollard's on the plane, even if he doesn't play.
Oh, definitely.
Because he's going to make. Because somebody has to teach his other boys how to kick.
I mean, we've mentioned it now so many times for Sacha. His kicking is his only weakness.
Well, Pollard. How old's Pollard? Pollard's only 31.
31, yeah.
So he'll be 33, not 35. 33 is the new 28, man. 33 is no age anymore.
But he has to start to perform. He hasn't played well for a long time. His kicking is phenomenal. He kicks that ball every time. It's 100% no problem.
Listen here, you cannot take away. You can't take away what he did for us at the World Cup. You can never take it away. Quarterfinals, semi-finals, finals, 100% kicking, perfect. He won us the World Cup with his foot.
Oh, definitely.
And anybody that says anything else knows formula about rugby. Andre Pollard, with his kicking, won us the World Cup. If you win 3 games in a row by 1 point, and your kicker didn't miss one kick, all the other teams missed kicks, remember? We didn't. So we would have been out of every other game if their kickers were 100% too.
If Rugby didn't make that change, I think it was at half-time when he took off Marty and brought in Andre Pollard, we wouldn't have won the World Cup.
You see, I don't need Pollard to move there, Dean. What I need is for Pollard to be on the bench. And if the ref gives us a penalty in the 79th minute, we are down by 2 points. It is in our half, 60 meters out. I'm making the change straight away. I don't care who's up there as fly off, and I'm putting Pollard up there because that boy will make it from 60 meters.
That's exactly it.
And that's what it is. Sacha scores twice. Well, you see, that's the question. In a Rugby World Cup, the intensity is a little bit different. If we are up by 4 or 5 scores, or we're up by 3 scores, you might not see Pollard. But if it's a tight game, and look, I've got all the rugby statistics here. I mean, every game we beat New Zealand in the final, it was like always by 1 or 2 points, right? Or 3 points. Stuff like that is so tight. Pollard is our kickers. Our kickers have, how many World Cups have our kickers won us? Who was it? Who won the first one in 1999? Was it Stransky?
Stransky with a drop goal in extra time. It was Johnny Wilkinson with a drop goal in extra time. It was last World Cup against New Zealand. I mean, come on.
Dan Taita won the World Cup for bloody New Zealand.
So it's always been tight games in the final, and it's always been mostly kickers. Nobody's come up and scored 4 tries in the final. It doesn't happen.
No, especially that's not going to happen. But guys, listen here. It was a great show. I enjoyed it.
That was fun.
It's hypothetical. It's hypothetical and stuff like that. Vern, are we doing the DEF CON tomorrow? Yes. Okay. So join us tomorrow for the DEF CON Rugby Show at 5 o'clock.
We've got to talk about the mighty Stormers.
We've got to talk about the Stormers. We've got to talk about the Cuck Sharks. We talk about the Bulls that everybody thought is so great, but they're not that great. Because, I mean, I see people crying about they didn't have all these Springboks. But you played against the Lions that don't have any bloody Springboks. And the only Springboks that they had didn't play.
We didn't have our Springboks either for the Stormers, and we won in Munster, and they had their Irish players.
Yeah, but everybody destroys the Aussies, man. But what people forget, I was looking at the statistics that, everybody's like, New Zealand's the greatest rugby team in the world and stuff like that. But if you look at the first 4 World Cups, who won them? The Aussies were there, man.
They were there.
The Aussies were there. Huh?
Been a long time since the Aussies won.
Don't count them out. But that's our show for today. We'll do another one next year at the end of the 2026 season, Vern. I'll save this one for there. We can just change some things around. We can go back. We have to watch this video next year after the thing when we do the new show to see what has changed. It's always cool to go back and look at your predictions. The same with the football. Go check the video out and see your predictions. Guys, it's time for Arsenal against Chelsea soon. I'm going to go watch that on my couch. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Have a great day. And we'll see each other soon. Vern, you sign off today.
Yeah, I just want to say, at the end of the poll is Kuba's lineup. You'd all start at scrum off. That was pretty much, I thought, a done deal. But Morning for the Bag and Grant Williams both on 80%, which I would have thought it would have been way more for Grant Williams. But that's just the way it is. I'll end that poll now. And everybody else, hey, have a fantastic Sunday. Don't forget to join us. Our anniversary tomorrow, Vic.
Yes, going to be the same setup as we have here now. We're going to be both of us on. Don't forget to get the button out, huh? And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock. Ciao, ciao, guys.
Ciao, guys.